we have a question. It says, I have stacks of confidence for competitions, but nerves beat me most of the time. Any advice with dealing with nerves?
This is specifically aimed at me. I feel like I'm going to sneeze.
It's to both of us.
So me personally, things that help me to stay calm, nervous, and calm my nerves before competition are to have a... Excuse me, I'm talking. To have a focus of idea on the thing that I want to do first and try and focus my energies on that. So that way I'm kind of occupying my mind rather than thinking about all the eventualities that could happen in the match, which used to happen to me quite a bit. And that was after a time of having to get to the venue a few hours before just to familiarise myself with the bathroom. But the nerves get better the more you compete. And sometimes people have expressed that they feel after they compete so much that they get to the point where actually they don't really get nervous anymore and they don't get that excitement. So nerves are good, let's welcome them, it's a feeling, and we're trying to change that feeling of nervous energy into excitement. You're excited to fight, you know, have some faith and confidence that you train regularly, your body responds naturally. Because I think the worst thing for us is feeling that we're going to go out there and just lie like a pencil and do nothing. Your body is into that zone of reacting subconsciously. You're not always thinking about the next move that you're going to go for. That's what you do training for. So you're not actually thinking necessarily about the possibilities, you're just reacting. So have some faith that your body will just react and you won't lie like a pencil. And if you do lie like a pencil, don't worry, it's not the end of the world. You can compete the next month somewhere else. So I think it's putting things in perspective a little bit. Have something to focus your energies on. Something that does help that I find is chewing or eating something before. So you kind of send the signals to the brain to suggest that I'm in a fight or flight response, but if I'm eating, I'm okay. So actually you're sending those kind of like reassuring signals. If you're chewing gum or something and you're starting that digestive system going, then your body says, okay, actually we can't be ready to fight right now because actually I'm eating, so everything's okay. Things like that can help.
I think the talk on nerves being important is a good one. If you look at any documentary on wildlife or nature, you look at the lions as they're about to catch their prey, they're walking towards it, the hair stands up on the back of their neck. So even lions and some of the greatest predators on earth have nerves. So take advantage of that situation, and it is good to have them. But again, as Sam says, it's not the end of the world if anything does go wrong. So if you have something in your mind, like Sam said, a starting point, you want to know how you want to start the fight. Do you want to be on top or do you want to be on bottom? And if you're going to be on top, do you have a takedown? If you don't, then you either need to think about pulling guard or you need to wait for your partner to pull, and then you can begin passing from their guard pull, right? Otherwise, we get a little bit flustered in the match. This is where you have to, as soon as you shake hands and you hit that fist bump, everything will disappear. All those nerves will dissipate, and then you're fine, you're ready to fight, right? You're just reacting to your opponent. Now, at the same time, you have to trust that you're doing the right thing, and you have to trust in your habits. So if what you have been training over the last 6 weeks to prepare for this competition, if that's what you've been doing and you've been, you've been passing close guard on your knees, but maybe that's what your training habit has been, then you have to trust in that. You can't then decide a coach that you've not trained with for a while, but you recognise, or your friend that trains in another gym is like, stand up, Barry, stand up, and you're like, no, I'm pretty sure I can pass from the knees. And even if he's telling you the right things, you have to trust your own instincts, because if you get triangled from that passing on the knees, which you probably will, then you know that you shouldn't have passed on the knees, right? If you stand up and you follow your friend's advice and you get swept and mounted, then you're like, oh, I shouldn't listen to John. He told me to stand up and I got swept and mounted. Next time I'm going to pass on my knees. And then you get triangled. So you're just delaying the process of learning for yourself. So just trust your own instincts and everything else will follow. If they go right, great. If they go wrong, you get triangled because you're passing on your knees. Then you go back and you say, oh, Professor, I got triangle this weekend, how should I defend it? You said, well, Barry, you should probably stand up. And then you spend the next 6 weeks preparing for your next competition, standing up on your feet and passing the close guard, right? These are things that you learn over time.